So there's a guy who played for the Cleveland Cavaliers the last 2 seasons named Dante Jones, who you may have heard of because of some of the infractions that he had upon being signed by Cleveland, or because you have heard of the journeyman today for the first time. He went to Duke, he was a dunker, but now he's making headlines by being a buffoon on the court in late game situations, which is where he's primarily put in. And now for this. Here's what he told Barstool on one of their podcasts. Quote, I've got him as in Steph Curry on the outside of his own top 10, like 11, 12. People get mad at me because I don't declare him a top 10 player in the NBA, which is fine. Well, no, it's not fine. It's fine to Dante Jones. It's fine to maybe a few others who are so anti-Golden State that they won't give credit where credit is due. But Dante Jones is one of those guys. His own top 3, and then without naming 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are as follows. Number 1 is LeBron James, because Dante Jones plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers, correct. Second is Kawhi Leonard. Cool. Probably not accurate. I think Kawhi is a superstar, in case you haven't seen it. Check out that clip that I did yesterday. And then Kevin Durant. The following are not in chronological order, but who he stated. John Wall, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Chris Paul, Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Davis. Also not on the list, aside from Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So there's a few reasons why this is complete, utter bullshit from Dante Jones, okay? The first is, in the last 3 finals, who has faced off? The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are the Cavs' biggest rival, and as I said, Dante Jones has been on the playoff roster for 2 of those past 3 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2 of the past 3, I believe. So when you have a bitter rival like this, okay, who has taken the hatred towards opponents to a whole new level, they will never give credit where credit is due. They think, like Dante Jones, Stephen Curry should be shoved inside of a locker and not come out for JV games because that's where he believes, I can tell, Stephen Curry belongs. When really, Stephen Curry is one of the greatest shooters that we have ever seen in NBA history. He refuses to give credit where credit is due because he is playing up to the base of his team's fans, which are Cleveland Cavaliers fans, because they have this disdain for Golden State because they want to try and dethrone the Golden State Warriors era that is upon us for the past 3 years, as they have won 2 of those 3 championships. So when it's a bitter rival like this, you're never going to hear one rival go out of their way to praise another. You would think that on the most minimal level that Dante Jones would put Stephen Curry in the top 10, but he refuses. The other is he has it out for Stephen Curry. I think Dante Jones is sort of like an NHL player who is a fighter. And those fighters have gone away in the past 5 years or so. There's still a few here and there, but you have to bring other skills. You have to bring other skills to the table aside from just going out and fighting people and hitting hard, because those positions are gone. It's a very finesse league now. Dante Jones's main purpose is to throw Stephen Curry to the ground like he has done previously, and also to trip Kobe Bryant when he was with Denver, to step under Kobe, and I believe it was bottom right baseline in Atlanta, Lakers, Hawks, when Dante Jones was on the Atlanta Hawks. And it is an illegal move because you have to allow someone to land their feet on the ground. So basically what happened is, if you haven't seen it, Kobe took a shot, a jump shot, was coming down, and Dante Jones, not inadvertently, purposely put his knee under Kobe Bryant, hurt him, and he had the Achilles injury. So it's speaking a little bit about the guy he is. He also hit Bismack Biyombo to the groin. I mean, this is the sort of guy that we're dealing with. So he's also known as Dahntay Jones. Not the best, but it's half decent. And of course, because he hates Golden State, he also took part in LeBron's "you have to step over a Steph Curry dummy doll for my Halloween party in order to get in." Dante Jones took part as well. LeBron James has covered his suspensions. Dante Jones signed for about $9,000, I want to say 2 years ago, as a playoff roster body. He has been fined over $6,000, and LeBron covered a lot of those fines. So just once again, to recap, why it's bullshit. Stephen Curry, one of the best shooters in NBA history. Dante Jones will never give credit where credit is due because it's a bitter rival to he and his team. And he thinks, oh, I'm standing up and I'm putting LeBron #1 and Steph isn't in my top 10. Well, no, you're just being dumb. And now, case in point, a cause and effect rather, could be case in point. Cause and effect is that you put out this statement, now we're not viewing you as a credible source of basketball knowledge because you're not being objective, you're being jaded. And I get it. I understand it, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this video understand it as well. It's just buffoonery on a whole new level. And also, with his top 10, let's go back to this. John Wall, he's arguably in there. Russell Westbrook, of course. James Harden, of course. Kawhi, LeBron, KD, that's all fine. The rest of them is who I have trouble with. Chris Paul is not a top 10 player anymore, unfortunately. Karl-Anthony Towns could be in there. Anthony Davis, injured a ton. Dog's playing with a toy. Carl. Anthony Davis, injured a ton. When he's healthy, yes, but can you depend on him? No, not really. Stephen Curry, by the way, the list goes on and on. 2 MVPs, one of those being unanimous. He's one of 9 players in NBA history to win multiple championships and MVPs. The 3 best three-point shooting seasons all by Stephen Curry, and he is currently 10th at 28 years old on the three-pointers list. This sort of unobjectiveness from Dante Jones, I hope serves as a learning lesson not only for he, but also for many NBA fans that once you say something so outrageous like this, you're not viewed as a credible source anymore. I think he could speak on past stories, not necessarily on the current landscape of the game, or at least that is until he retires. Let me know your thoughts. And also, who is your top 10? I know someone asked me for mine when we were discussing Kawhi Leonard and Penny Hardaway's comments on why Kawhi is not a superstar. And then he clarified because he received backlash on Instagram. We will be doing that. I'll have Jason and Francis do that with me as well, hopefully in the coming week. But let me know your thoughts on who you believe the top 10 is, and also Dante Jones's comments and why he is jaded and not being objective on this matter. Get at me in the comments section below. Follow me on Twitter @RickStrom and subscribe to 2IT Sports.